To Be Hero X asks one brutal question. What happens when heroism is just another performance? In a world where public trust empowers superhumans and image outranks intent, every mask hides a deeper lie. So let's dive in. To start it all, let's start with the first act of this crazy plot. But before we begin, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on other exciting videos coming your way. Act 1. The Mask and the Mirror. In the flashy, image-obsessed world of To Be Hero X, heroes aren't born. They're carefully sculpted, marketed, and sold. The series opens with Lin Ling, a fired ad executive whose life takes a surreal turn when the beloved hero niece dies by suicide. Rather than mourn or reflect, the hero industry scrambles to protect its brand. Lin is forced to assume niece's identity, his face magically altered and his old life erased. This isn't a promotion, it's an identity hijack with ratings at stake. That's just messed up, don't you think? Lin, thrown into the spotlight suddenly, fumbles through the crazy battles that ensue with the sickest villains and the company's carefully planned PR stunts meant to make him rise through the hero rankings. He even had to stage a fake wedding with niece's partner Moon, only to later fake her death to cover up the lie. Meanwhile, new villains like Rek and Godeye emerge, spawned directly from the ripple effect of this deception. Every time Lin tries to save the day, the world bends in stranger ways. Heroes, it turns out, don't just fight evil, they generate it. But Lin, ever resilient, constantly evolves. He stops pretending to be nice, the hero, and embraces his own persona, the commoner. He earns genuine trust by telling the truth, defeating Godeye not through power but by exposing the system's lies. Yet the world doesn't reward honesty. In a final gut punch, the real Moon is assassinated by unseen forces, her death a footnote in a much larger game. Act 1 sets the tone. Heroism in this world is a business, and truth is only valuable if it trends. Lin Ling's arc isn't just about defeating bad guys, it's about surviving in a world where saving people comes second to saving face. Lin Ling is definitely a truly good guy. He tried his hardest to save Moon from a life she clearly didn't want, completely shackled to him by her fans, but in the end, he becomes another cog in this trust-based wheel. And by the middle of the season, the cracks in the hero system start to show that, in a system based on trust, image matters more than the well-being of the heroes. Now we move on to Act 2. Act 2. Death, Branding, and the Cost of Identity. Wrapping up Lin Ling's story, the narrative shifts to new faces, Yang Cheng and Chayan. Both enter the stage as nobodies, only to be consumed by the same system that broke Lin. Yang Cheng's journey begins with fanboy dreams. He idolizes Yi-Sol, a top hero, and unexpectedly becomes his stand-in after saving a kidnapped girl named Pomelo. Cheng's electric powers awaken just as his star begins to rise. His victory is broadcast, celebrated, and monetized. But the spotlight burns fast. He's soon framed, arrested, and nearly erased from the rankings. Cheng fights back. With help from allies like Enlighter and a mentor named Rock, he clears his name. But it costs him. Rock dies, and Cheng is forced to confront his own motivations. His final showdown is a savage duel with the real Yi-Sol. Cheng wins, but dies. His resurrection, orchestrated for dramatic impact, cements him as a public figure, now under strict corporate control. He's no longer a person, he's a product with lightning for branding. But while Cheng rises through brute will, another story plays out in the undertone. Cyan's story plays out like a tragedy in reverse. She survives a plane crash thanks to mysterious good luck, only to be exploited by an orphanage cult that uses her powers for profit. Her only comfort comes from Luo, a boy cursed with constant bad luck. Their relationship is the heart of her arc, gentle, strange, and fragile. Cyan escapes the cult, loses her luck, and ends up performing tricks on the street. That's where DOS, a company managing hero talent, spots her. She learns Luo was declared dead to boost her popularity, a betrayal that shatters her. But instead of breaking down, she reinvents herself. She takes on the system and returns to the orphanage to uncover the truth. Her final battle involves brainwashed children and public fear used as a weapon. She broadcasts the truth to the world and earns her hero rank not through fighting, but by refusing to lie. Her story ends with her at rank 7, holding the world's trust in trembling hands. It's a hopeful ending, but laced with doubt. Act 2 dives deeper into the core message. Power without purpose is manipulation. Chung becomes power incarnate and loses control of his destiny. Cyan, born with luck, becomes most powerful when she stops relying on it. Both arcs ask the same question in different ways. Can you become a real hero in a fake world? Do you think it is possible to be a real hero in a fake world? Let's know in the comments. Act 3. The Crown Without Peace. The third act belongs to Queen, a child prodigy turned teenage champion. Liu Yuwei, better known by her moniker, was born into a system that rewarded obedience and punished emotion. She's done her best to be the best at everything she does, striving for perfection at all turns. At just the age of 14, she declares war on the rankings and wins the 18th Hero Tournament. But her glory lasts seconds. Before the applause even fades, she's brutally dethroned in one of the fastest and absolutely disrespectful fights in anime history. All this by this masked figure, X, whose presence lingers like a ghost over the entire show. Queen's fall is rapid and silent. Once adored, she is now dismissed. Her self-worth tied to her ranking implodes. For the first time, the series tackles what happens after the spotlight fades. Depression, confusion, isolation, Queen drowns in all of it. Her arc climaxes with a duel against the now corrupted heroine, Boa. Bauer is a powerful contender, with a very huge vendetta against Queen simply because she believes Queen cheated during the last tournament. Her argument? She claims Queen used her powerful background to suppress her during the tournament. The tournament they both lost to X, by the way. This duel was truly epic, with flashes of steel, skills, and ideals. In a way, for Queen, it wasn't about reclaiming a spot. It was about reclaiming herself. She wins, but her injuries disqualify her from the tournament. The rankings move on without her, but unlike the others, Queen finds recovery, not fame. She doesn't return stronger, she returns real. Cyan supports her, hinting at a new friendship formed not from ratings, but resilience. And then, of course, there's X. The series keeps X a total enigma. He's mostly kept in the shadows. He dethrones Queen, manipulate fear in Cyan's arc, and retake the #1 spot effortlessly. X is not a person, he's the perfect myth. Everyone sees something different in him. He's a monster, a legend, a puzzling being. And more to all, the ambiguity is intentional. X is the embodiment of the system itself, efficient, manipulative, unstoppable. The real war isn't between heroes and villains, it's between humans and the machine they've built, one powered by trust, fear, and curated narratives. Act 4. The Shape of a Hero. And so the curtains close on Queen with a crazy cliffhanger, and a new arc begins. Loli enters quietly, but with purpose. When her pink hair is revealed at the gym, her trust value nosedives from double digits to single. All this, not for failing, but for looking too cute. The world doesn't care what she can do, just how she looks. After this great mishap, she decided to take a trip down memory lane. So she builds a battlesuit. Using this suit, she stops an attacker with precision and tech alone. But when her helmet slips, she's reduced to a compliment. Adorable. Crushed, she retreats, until Da Xiong introduces her to the girl she saved, now revealed as a Glimmer Lab researcher. Someone who sees her mind, not her image. The show isn't just stylish, it's cynical, sharp, and weirdly sincere. In Act 1, Lin Ling discovers that heroism built on lies can collapse the moment people believe the truth. In Act 2, Chung and Cheyenne learn that even genuine power can be reshaped by corporations if you're not careful. And in Act 3, Queen shows what happens when the weight of expectations crushes someone before they've even grown up. Throughout, X hovers in the background, part messiah, part mystery, part monster. We never truly learn who they are, because maybe we're not supposed to. Maybe X is every public persona we project. Maybe X is what happens when truth is engineered instead of earned. The genius of To Be Hero X lies in its contradictions. It's loud and quiet, funny and grim. It dazzles with animation, but guts you with its commentary. And at its heart, it whispers a warning. When you build a world where trust is currency, truth will always come last. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button and share the video with your friends. Also, you can check out other exciting recaps on our channel. Ring that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next.